Margin. That means they're forced to cover now. That means they have to start buying back the shares at whatever the hell the price is. Whatever you're willing to pay for it, whatever I'm willing to pay for it, whatever the FOMO demands they pay for it. And I'm talking everybody was ready to pounce back then, guys. This thing would have shot from 300 to 800 to 1200 to 1500, 1700. It would have just blown. Yo, what's up everybody? So I'm going to do part 2 of the video that I just uploaded because I think I confused some people. Alright, before we do, check it out. We got old Elon Musk the crustacean lobster. Some goodies today. We have rescued a lobster from Red Lobster, and somebody sent me a video of, I think his name was Leon. I might be getting that wrong. Somebody else had done basically a couple months ago what we did, and I think that is so cool because I'm learning a lot from those videos. So thank you for sending me that. That is so freaking cool. Rescuing a freaking lobster. Everybody needs to do it. Go to Red Lobster, buy the last lobster in the freaking tank. Save them. They're on death row. Brutal what they do to them. Uploading videos soon on Elon Musk the crustacean. Here we go. Let's talk about this. Guys, you're totally not understanding. Thank God I'm back doing videos, man, because I have to be the voice of reason. I think there's a lot of pickled zombie brains that have been clickbaited to freaking death, and now you don't know what to believe. All right. Covering on the way up versus covering on the way down. I think you guys got it a little confused. No matter what, you guys think this thing is going to 10,000, 20,000, no matter what. But look, it's two totally different plays. Two totally different plays. If they get it back down to $10, which I'm not pulling that number out of my ass, that's legit. Back in January, you guys got to realize they were trying to short from 10 to 7. Back down to 2. This is before Wall Street Bets. All right? They didn't take Wall Street Bets serious. The hedge funds didn't think Wall Street Bets could do anything. All right, so the 80 million that you see set in cement that's been sitting there now for a year, those were created at $10 and at $7. So once they get this thing shorted back to $10, those 80 million shares are now back in play. So what I'm saying is if they do short it back to the $10, they get to cover it free will. There's not going to be any margin calls at 10 lousy freaking dollars. So it becomes a different play because they are now covering at will. Difference going up when you have a gamma squeeze, because we bet this thing all the way up to say $100. You know, all the apes came in and let's say we pounced on it and we got it up to $110, which we were really freaking close. We got to that $77 mark and then Adam Aaron diluted. $2.5 billion, just like that, man. He just sliced all the freaking air right out of the bag, man. We were all so excited, man. Let all the wind out of the sail. And then she came trickling down after he did that. But anyhow, what I'm saying is we were so close. We had that gamma squeeze. We're going up. Everybody's excited. We're about to break the $100. Now, let's say we broke the $100 and we went into 110, 120, 130 gamma. That not only did you have the gamma squeeze, you would have had margin calls. Margin. That means they're forced to cover now. That means they have to start buying back the shares at whatever the hell the price is. Whatever you're willing to pay for it, whatever I'm willing to pay for it, whatever the FOMO demands they pay for it. And I'm talking everybody was ready to pounce back then, guys. This thing would have shot from 300 to 800 to 1200 to 1500, 1700. It would have just blown. It would have just went and gone, and it's gone. It's taken off. Holy shit, we're all rich. That was what we were wanting, and that's what we were all expecting. Now, if we can get it back in that direction, that's what will happen. But if it's shorted back down to $10 and they get to cover at will, then what they're going to do is they're going to cover a few million here. Oh, let's short it again. Oh, she's going to bounce to 100, but now we're going to cover and we're going to reshort. Let's cover a few more, reshort, and then, hey, what's going to happen when it goes to $100? Adam Aaron's got 2 million shares, guys. You tell me he ain't going to cash them out? He just cashed them out at $25 a share. And he ain't going to cash out his 2 million when she hits 100? Now, don't forget, in 2022, he's diluting again. You telling me when she blows up, he's not going to dilute right in the middle of things? He's not going to do it again? So now, not only are they covering at will, they're covering at a much lower price. The initial price they got in for, they're getting their way. They're hedging new freaking positions to short again to continue to manipulate and own that freaking stock and push us around like we don't freaking matter. That's why it's two different plays. If we are stuck at $10 and that's what we get out of this, then it's going to be 2 weeks of getting blown freaking left to right to left to right. Oh, she's at 300, 350, then she's going to drop. She's going to drop back down to 50. You're going to have to buy back in. Now, if you buy back in and you trade it wise enough, and no, they're not going to be pulling the buy button, guys. None of this BS is probably, hopefully, going to be happening because there is preparation for this time. A lot of lawsuits if that does happen, but there will be halts. Halts out the freaking ass. You better expect halts, okay? Both because of manipulation, and I believe the New York Stock Exchange cannot be trusted. NASDAQ cannot be trusted. All right, some of them will be legal, some of them will be questionable. I'll say that. Take that into consideration. But again, it's going to be a very long, drawn out 2 weeks that if you trade it properly, yes, you can get a 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 trade out of it because you traded it so many times. And that's what I plan on doing. And I just wanted you guys to understand the difference between covering at $10 versus covering when we bet this thing up to $130. You then have, you know, options, gamma squeeze, margin calls, FOMO. Holy shit, the freaking world is jumping on this and it's a different scenario. All right, so of course we all wanted this thing to go up, not down. Down is still going to be okay. It's just not going to be that grand freaking rocket into freaking Pluto, Mars. You know what I'm saying? Totally different scenario. So, all right, whether you follow, understand, agree, disagree, don't leave no negative comments, because if you do, you're gone. I don't need the freaking subs. Y'all have an awesome afternoon. Doge Warrior out. Shaboom. Peace.